One of the most difficult things in electric circuits is determining whether resistors are in series or resistors are in parallel. I always see people make this mistake. Sometimes resistors are in series and people say that they're in parallel or vice versa. So in this video, I want to show you a way you can use to determine whether resistors are in series or they're in parallel, right? I have a few electric circuits here, I think around 4 or 5. So make sure you watch the video until the end so that you can see what I'm talking about. So let's look at this electric circuit on the right hand side, right? You can see here that we have a power source of 12 volts and then we have one resistor of 2 ohms, right? Clearly this resistor of 2 ohm is in series. Would you agree? But then the question is, why are we saying that this resistor is in series? I'm sure 99% of the people would definitely say that this resistor is in series. But the question is, why are we saying that it is in series? So we need to find a definition for a resistor in series so that we can base everything we're saying on a definition, right? So let's define what we mean when we say a resistor is in series. So as you can see now, I've written a definition for a resistor in series. When we say a resistor is in series, the resistor experiences total current, right? Because from our power source here, we have the positive terminal and the negative terminal, and then the current will flow anti-clockwise in this instance, right? From positive to negative. So there goes our current. It's flowing, and clearly on the 2 ohm resistor, there's no current splitting, right? So the 2 ohm resistor experiences I total, and then as a result we're saying that it is in series relative to the circuit, right? So keep that definition in mind. Every time when a resistor experiences total current, it is in series. Let me add another resistor in the circuit so that we can have more clarity. So now let's come back to our circuit. You can see that I've added this 3 ohm resistor here, right? So the question now I'm asking, is this 3 ohm resistor in series or in parallel? Let's stick to the definition. The definition says that if a resistor is in series, the resistor experiences total current. Clearly, the 3 ohm resistor is going to experience total current because there is no current splitting. So that 3 ohm resistor is in series relative to the circuit. Sticking to the definition, right? We're not guessing anything. We're not making an assumption. We are sticking to the definition. If a resistor experiences total current, then it is in series. Okay, as you can see here, I've added a 4 ohm resistor, right? The question is still the same. Is the resistor in series or in parallel? If we stick to the definition, there is no current that is splitting. So that 4 ohm resistor should be in series. And indeed it is. The 4 ohm resistor is in series. But then this is where I lose a lot of people. So let's look at the 2 ohm resistor and the 4 ohm resistor, right? Look at them. Is the 2 ohm resistor in parallel with the 4 ohm resistor? The 2 ohm resistor is not in parallel with the 4 ohm resistor. They are all in series because they are experiencing total current, right? In physics, we don't talk about parallel the same way we do in math, right? Because in math, when things are parallel, they are visually in parallel, right? But then in physics, you can see that this 2 ohm resistor and the 4 ohm resistor, they look visually in parallel to each other. But then in electric circuits, we're not talking about visually. We're talking about the current. Are they receiving total current or not? The 2 ohm resistor and the 4 ohm resistor are receiving total current. So they are in series relative to the circuit. They are not in parallel. So you can see that I've added the 5 ohm resistor, right? Now the first question we should ask ourselves, is the 5 ohm resistor in parallel with the 2 ohm resistor, right? Again, a lot of people would say that they're not in parallel to each other because they don't look parallel to each other. But then in physics, we're not talking about how they look. We're talking about the current, right? The 5 ohm resistor is indeed parallel to the 2 ohm resistor. Why are we saying so? Because as the current is flowing from the positive to the negative, right? When it reaches this point here, the current is going to split. A proportion of the current is going to go down this path, and then another proportion of the current will go down this path, right? So that means that the 2 ohm resistor is now parallel to the 5 ohm resistor, right? Because they're not experiencing total current. Is the 5 ohm resistor in parallel with the 3 ohm resistor? Yes, the 5 ohm resistor are in parallel with the 3 ohm resistor. They're not experiencing total current. Again, the 5 ohm resistor is in parallel with the 4 ohm resistor because they're not experiencing total current. But let's look at the 2 ohm resistor, the 3 ohm resistor, and the 4 ohm resistor, right? Those resistors on that path, are they parallel to each other, or are they series to each other? So that's where it gets a bit confusing, that the 2 ohm and the 3 ohm and the 4 ohm resistor, they're in series relative to each other. What do I mean when I say they're in series relative to each other and not relative to the circuit? I mean that we know fully well that RP is equals to 1 divided by R1 plus 1 divided by R2. So if we want to calculate the resistance in parallel for the circuit, I would say 1 divided by RP is equals to 1 divided by the 5 ohm resistor, right? Plus 1 divided by 2 plus 3 plus 4, the total resistance on that path. So what I do when I teach this session, I actually say that instead of 1 divided by R1, let's say 1 divided by RP is equals to 1 divided by the resistance on path 1 plus 1 divided by the resistance on path 2, right? Because here you can see that on this path, we add in the total resistance, right? We're saying 2 plus 3 plus 4, and then here it is, right? Because most people would say 1 divided by 5 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 divided by 3 plus 1 divided by 4, which is totally wrong, right? It's 1 divided by the total resistance on a path plus 1 divided by the total resistance on the other path. So if you have 3 paths, like you're gonna see on the circuit we're going to do, you will also add the resistance on that path too. I think now our definitions are well defined and we can analyze electric circuits, right? So let's look at the left hand side. Let's look at the circuit here. So the first step you do, you determine the positive and the negative terminal, right? So in this circuit here for 11.1, this is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. The current flows from positive to negative, right? So it's going to flow in this manner. There we go, 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 and there we go. We're assuming that this switch is closed, right? So the question now is the 8 ohm resistor in series? Clearly, it is experiencing I total, so it is in series. Is the resistor X in series? It's experiencing I total, so it is in series. If you want to calculate the total resistance for this circuit, you're gonna say RT is equals to RS plus RP, but there's no resistors in parallel, right? So RP is going to be equals to 0. So we're gonna get RT is equals to RS plus 0 basically. But we know RS, we're talking about the resistance in series, right? And then for the resistance in series, you just simply add the individual resistors. So we're gonna have the 8 ohm plus X being our resistance in series, right? That's how you would analyze that circuit. But then it's pretty much straightforward. Let's move to the next one and see what happens. So let's move to this one here. Again, first step, let's identify the positive and the negative terminal, right? So here we have the positive and then here we have the negative. Assuming that the switch is closed, the current is gonna flow. There goes our current, there goes our current. And then keeps going, and then here at this point the current splits, right? So a proportion of the current goes down this road, and then a proportion of the current goes up that route. So clearly, this resistance in this path is in parallel with the resistance in this path, right? Because since the current is splitted, neither of the two paths are experiencing I total, right? So they're in parallel with each other. So if you want to calculate that effective resistance in parallel, we're going to say 1 divided by Rp is equals to 1 divided by R on path 1, right? Plus 1 divided by R on path 2. So let's look at path 1. On path 1, we have the 12 ohm and the 8 ohm, right? So that will be 1 divided by Rp being equals to 1 divided by 12 plus 8, and then plus R on path 2. But then on path 2, you can see here that the 16 ohm resistor is in parallel with the 4 ohm resistor, right? So separately, you have to calculate the effective resistance of that 2. And then after you've calculated the effective resistance of that 2, you can put it back in the equation to find that resistance. So what we can do, we can put it on the side and say that 1 divided by Rp will be equals to 1 divided by 16 plus 1 divided by 4, right? So Rp is going to be 1 divided by 16 plus 1 divided by 4 to the negative 1. Alright, so that's the effective resistance on this path. Now we can put it back in our equation and say 1 divided by 16 plus 1 divided by 4 to the minus 1. So here Rp is actually going to be equal to 2.76 ohms, right? That's how you would analyze the circuit. So let's move to the next one. And here we are. Let's look at our circuit, right? Again, we're identifying the positive and the negative, right? So maybe what you want to do, you'd want to pause the video and do it yourself and see if you can calculate the effective total resistance, right? Assuming that you did that, we have the positive here, and then here we have the negative. So the current is going to flow in this manner, right? If you're in grade 11, just forget about this. Just ignore it, right? Yeah, it doesn't, we're assuming that the switch is closed. That doesn't serve our purpose on this video, so let's just keep going. So in this part here, the current is going to split, right? So a proportion of the current is gonna go down this way, and then a proportion of the current is actually going to go down this way, right? So here already we can see that the 6 ohm resistor is not going to experience I total, right? So it is in parallel to something. It's in parallel to this 6 ohm resistor. But then not only is it parallel to that 6 ohm resistor, it's actually in parallel to the 6 ohm and the 2.4 ohm resistor, because this 2.4 ohm resistor is on the same path with the 6 ohm resistor, right? It's not individual resistors being parallel to each other. It's actually the paths that are parallel to each other. That's why we say that 1 divided by R on path 1 plus 1 divided by R on path 2, right? So before we go any further, if we want to calculate the total the resistance in parallel, we would say 1 divided by Rp is equals to, you know what it says, 1 divided by R on path 1 plus 1 divided by R on path 2. So here on path 1, we have 1 divided by the 6 ohm here, right? On the second path, we have this 2.4 ohm and this 6 ohm. So we're going to have 2.4 plus 6, right? So Rp is going to be 1 divided by 6 plus 1 divided by 8.4 to the minus 1, right? But then you can see that at this point here, the current quote unquote joins, right? So this resistor X here, it experiences I total. Based on the definitions we are proposing, it is in series relative to the circuit because it is experiencing I total. So here's our circuit diagram here. Again, this is the positive terminal, this is the negative. So the current is flowing anti-clockwise, right? Here we have a voltmeter, right? A voltmeter has very high resistance, so the current doesn't go there at all, right? So the current just keeps on flowing past the voltmeter, right? But then at this point, we have a resistor here. So the current is going to split, right? A proportion of the current is going to go down on this path, and then another proportion of the current will go down on this path. But then at this point here, the current rejoins, right? And then this ammeter A here is going to read I total. So now you can see that we have two resistor R, right? Let's say this is R1 and this is R2 for the sake of clarity. So R1 and R2 are in parallel to each other. They're not experiencing I total and they're on different paths. So if we want to calculate the total resistance in parallel for this second, we'd say 1 divided by RP is equals to 1 divided by R1 plus 1 divided by R2. Right? There's so many electric circuits, I cannot do all of them, but I think I've done close to 10-12 questions on electric circuits, past exam questions. So if you wanna check that out, there's a playlist on the channel